Hey there everyone, this is LuckySevenDX. Welcome back to Let's Play Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks. In the last episode, we did some stuff with it. It was actually pretty cool, but in this episode, well, it's not going to be so cool because we're going to be starting the Force Gem stuff. And let's just say, Force Gem stuff tends to take a ridiculous amount of time out. It's really cool to fill up your little map with all these new Spirit Tracks, but some of the requirements were a little ridiculous. So the first one we're going to do, as we saw last time, we have to find a husband in Wilton to marry the woman in Pachuria village. I really need to learn how to just say that word right. This joke has gotten old. But we need to marry now. I love some of the responses you can get because you can be like it'll be like, hey, you want to marry this chick? She's really hot and really cool. And the guy will be like, sure, let's do it. And then he'll be like, psych, I don't want to take you. And he'll be like, what? The trollface.jpg. Now, speaking of trollface.jpg, it turns out the person you want to be taking to Pachuria village, or Pachuria village, it's something like that. I always want to say it right. I always study how to say it right, and then I just forget. I'm just whatever. But the person you want to take is the mayor. Now, that seems like a bit of an odd choice. And actually, this is it's like a trap. It's just designed to screw people up who are just doing this for the first time without a guide, because you'll get there, you'll be like, okay, who to pick? You'll just pick one of the random people, because, in video game logic, usually the mayor is never involved in these kind of side quests, because, he's the mayor, he does mayor-y sort of stuff. He just sort of sits there in his little mayor cabin, doing mayor stuff, politics, whatever. Plus, this guy's old, if it was a young mayor, maybe, it'd be more feasible, but he's some old dude, so you're marrying some old dude, this is a young chick. It seems very counterintuitive. You're like, it just doesn't seem like the person you want to pick. I guess because he has the biggest nose and he's the most rugged of them, it makes sense, kind of, but not really, because I guess I guess a big nose is sort of an opinion, kind of, somewhat. They have opinions, I don't know. So basically, it just seems like a very counterintuitive pick. And then, the best part is, the game won't tell you if you're wrong when you make your choice. You have to go all the way to Pachuria village, and then the woman will tell you, oh, you're wrong, and then trollface.jpg, you gotta go all the way back and do it all over again. And this quest can drag on for quite a while because of that, so kind of a bit weird, I guess. I don't know. So basically, though, I'm gonna stop at the train post, though. We're gonna take a little break from all the side questy stuff because in the Ocean Temple, as you saw, I got a lot of treasures I didn't have before, and I can actually complete the other two parts of the train, but spoilers. Turns out there's actually a fourth part of the train that actually we haven't seen yet. So, because we haven't seen it yet, we can't actually buy parts for it, so we won't actually be getting the extra heart yet. I'm just sort of getting them now as a formality because, I just want to get them. Because, I was swinging right by Linebex, and he's a pretty cool person. He's a pretty cool guy. I'm going to go ahead and, get some wooden passenger cars, get some wooden trains, and it's going to be pretty cool. So that's going to happen, and then we're going to be going back to the train, and it's going to be new now. The funny thing is, we have a passenger just in the train. We literally okay, buddy, get out the train, go back in, we replaced your fancy dancy's, normal spirit train with some really crappy wooden passenger car. Enjoy your service. Which is actually pretty funny. I might just take a drink of water right now, because my voice is still gah right now, and I have to keep drinking or I start coughing like the Dickens. So, yes, so we'll go ahead and go with Pachuria village. Now, I love this wooden train. I mean, it looks really shitty, but it also looks very old school at the same time. I love the little whistle. It's like a very, old school whistle. I just said the old school twice, but, I just think it's really cool. And the funny thing is, though, is that basically, if you think about it, when you get the full wooden train set, you actually have more hearts than you did, with the spirit trains. So basically, this game is saying that this really dimpy, crappy-looking wooden train that we have right now is more durable than the spirit train. What the hell did the spirits build the spirit train out of that it's weaker than a flimsy little wooden train? I don't know. It's like the wooden train is 50% stronger than the spirit train. Okay, I mean, maybe the ultimate train, that makes sense, or a steel train maybe, or a demon train, or a dragon train, or I don't even remember what the other choices are. A luxury train, even that, but a wooden train, a wooden train having 2 extra hearts than the spirit train just goes to show that the spirits do not know jack shit about train construction. So anyway, we're going to be heading here to the Pachuria village. As I said about 3 times now, not a very hard track. I've actually seen most of this track before. Speaking of this, I will actually talk about in a second how I want to deal with these whole Force Gem things. I'm not really sure how I want to go about dealing with it. If you guys like the way I'm doing it in this episode, maybe it's cool. Now, okay, so here's the thing about the Force Gem Sidequests, just completely aside, completely off topic from what I was saying before, kind of, but, these side quests, at least these early ones, they're just so sketchy. Because look at this. Okay, so Link brings the mayor away from his house. Bringing him away from his responsibilities as a mayor, distracting him from his actual responsibilities that he signed up for. Because now he's gonna live here and he's not gonna be there anymore. So they're not gonna have a mayor anymore. Whittleton is just basically screwed over. Plus, now you're convincing these two people to get married right away. I'm sorry, but that's not how marriage works. You don't just go meet some person and then marry them right away. That's a recipe for disaster, Nintendo. You don't, and plus, the age difference. So it's like, okay, this is just really sketchy. You're marrying some sketchy mayor dude or some sketchy girl. They get married the moment they see them, which is not how love at first sight works. You don't just go blah. You freaking eyes just creep the shit out of me. You weird, random person. Please, just please stop with your eyes. They're so freaking weird. No, you're not. No, you are not poster girl material. You are creepy girl material. I don't know what the wise one is on. Her little herbs and spices in her little fortune-telling kit. But if she's telling this girl to marry this old dude, and that little ugly girl. Okay, she's not that ugly, I guess. But that little girl, that she's a poster girl when she has the creepiest eyes in the world. I don't know, but yeah, I didn't get a treasure from her. I guess, I think you only get the one treasure, but I'll check a few more times to see if it happens or not. But that's SideQuest number 1 completed, all for the Force Gems, screw Whittleton. Screw Whittleton, we got ourselves a little bit of Spirit Tracks, and that's what's important. Not really, but in the context of the game, that is what's important. So, basically, now that we've gotten this, once again, we got a new bit of Spirit Tracks, as you saw back then. So what I'll be doing is, I'll be showing this off. Now this, I definitely want to show off, all the new tracks, at least I want to be showing off in normal time. And it's a rabbit! Yes, rabbit! I will catch you in my net and send you to the frolic guy because frolicking is good for you, apparently. Actually, I'm sure probably just stay in the wild. Maybe he's trying. Maybe there's some crazy rabbit carnivore out in the wild. Maybe there's rabbit-eating boar, bird, cow, pig cows out there, and he's trying to save the rabbits from a horrible death. Or he's trying to give them better fashion sense because, those green shirts, they're kind of ugly, Mr. Rabbit. I mean, I understand, you think, wearing clothes makes you really cool and all, but when you're wearing green, it's that tacky green shirt, you kind of look like a jackass. Well, you don't really look like a jackass, but you don't look that great. I could get you a pair of pants at least, because, rabbits need pants, apparently. What is this, freaking Winnie the Pooh? I miss Winnie the Pooh. That was a cool, just childhood. That was my childhood. Winnie the Pooh all the time. Now, there's actually a dead end here, which is just okay. I'm pretty sure one of the Spirit Tracks actually connected this. In fact, in terms of the rabbits, we'll actually be able to get 9 of them. We'll actually be able to get up to 9 of the grass rabbits within this batch of Force Gems over the next 2 episodes. So I think the 10th one's probably over there. We're probably going to get a Spirit Track at some point that'll connect that dead end and make it not so, I guess random. Random dead end is random. But hey, at least we're able to catch both rabbits, and that's always a good time. Because, not catching rabbits always sucks. At least Whittleton's nearby this one, so we'll go visit Whittleton. Hey guys, remember me? I stole your mayor. Just, a lot of these side quests are, especially the ones in this episode, they're just sketchy. That's the word to describe them. They're just very questionable what Link is doing in these ones. I guess maybe the marriage one isn't, because it's not really Link's fault. They just sort of are stupid. Although, I guess Nintendo's condoning old people marrying young people within a day of meeting each other. I don't know. But next up is going to be Castletown because, well, this dude, hey, I recognize you even though you're wearing a little cap because you're trying to disguise yourself. Newsflash, buddy, this isn't some crazy anime. Well, actually, it's a video game, so I guess that's close enough. But, newsflash, buddy, it doesn't work like that. You don't just, put a little bag on your head and then people won't know who you are. It doesn't work, especially when you wear the same clothes every day. When you're wearing the same outfit 24/7, I think people are going to recognize you. Just saying. Now, this side quest actually is optional, which I guess is a very weird sentence to say because, side quest and optional don't really go together in the same sentence. And so I'm just like, no, teacher, don't do this. And Link's like, whatever, I'm taking him anyway. But it's optional in the sense that you won't actually get a Force Gem for this. This is purely for rubies, and because of that, the rules are actually a little different. Now, normally when you're taking someone to a destination, it doesn't really matter if you're, it doesn't really matter if you have, you know, a really bad, if your customer's really unhappy, as long as he's not unhappy to the point of leaving. I'm trying to hit Beetle, and it's not really working. There we go, I think I hit him there. Oh, there's a trade, there's a trade. Yeah, about that. I still get the whistle though, so all was K. Ironically, the one time when the customer's happiness matters, and a demon train happens to be the way I should really pay attention to where I'm going. Luckily, he's not going this way, so I can just sit here. Wait, well, if he was going the other way, I could have easily just turned around, and it wouldn't have been a problem. So, demon train, I mean, one solitary demon train usually is gonna be very hard pressed to hit you unless it's one of those really good ones. These retarded ones, they really need to just gang up on you in a pair in order for you to really be threatened by them. So, not really threatened by you, demon train. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. So, he will actually pay you for taking him to one of 3 locations. I think he can pick, I don't think it's always a set order. I think he can pick any one of the 3. So, I'm actually pretty lucky he chose Aboda Village, because actually another reason I want to go there to begin with. If he chose somewhere like Papachuria Village, that kind of would have sucked a little, because, you know, I don't have any reason to go back to there anyway, so it would have been kind of a bit of a waste of time. But I believe the 3 he can pick is Aboda Village, Anuki Village, or Papachuria Village. I'm pretty sure he chose Anuki Village on my first time, so I'm pretty sure that's on there. There's actually stuff we need to do in Anuki Village as well, so I guess it would have been okay if I went there. I don't think Whittleton is one of the 3 he goes to. We'll actually be able to go back later and pick him up in order to get to take him to one of the other 2 locations. So, crazy shenanigans, I guess, of this guy. Well, I'm pretty sure Whittleton's not one of the ones. They don't even have a mayor anymore. Screw Whittleton. We just dicked over so badly, and I love it. All for the Force Gems. All for the Force Gems. Screw the people. I want my spirit tracks. It's like the Allied Trades guy. I like trades, screw everyone else. That's not how it goes. That's not ADSM. What are you talking about? Close enough. Anyways, so he will pay you if you... I've been trying to have this conversation the entire time, and I've failed the entire time. This is pathetic. But he will pay you according to how happy he is when you make it there, so make sure he's the happiest he can be. Because you want the money, as you know, we have to actually buy stuff from Beetles, so, and I think, it's 5,000 rubies, so... We do want to be saving up those rubies, so this is actually a really good way to get rubies. You get 300 per, as you see, once we'll get there with the happiness at the maximum. So, we're going to be wanting to do that, get the rubies. For all the other ones, I mean, it doesn't matter if they're unhappy, like I said, as long as you get them there without them leaving the train, because, you know, they'll just leave the train and go back to the, you know, they won't go to the direction they want to go, and they're just going to go all the way back, because people are stupid in a Zelda game. People are stupid in any video game because, you know, they have to be for side quests to actually work out in your favor. Or at least have multiple attempts. So we made it there in one piece, I guess. I guess I'm able to buy a lot of time just by being random and just talk and being explanatory. I don't really know how long I'll be able to talk over these Force Gem things. And that actually kind of brings me to my topic of conversation. Basically, now that you've seen a bit of this, I'm kind of debating. I'm going to stick with this for the next episode at least. But the next time I do a batch of Force Gems, I guess the 2 choices I had were I could either do it like this, you know, drag out the entire thing so you can see the process, so you can see all the possible obstacles you'll have to face while you're trying to bring this guy to, you know, Aboda Village or Papachuria Village or wherever the hell you're going. So you can do that, and you know, show it at normal speed, or you know, I could have done the whole thing at chipmunk speed because you've seen a lot of train track before, so it's not that important. But then the entire episode would essentially be pretty much only chipmunk, and I'm like, that's just not really that great. So for now, I'm going to do things like this. If you guys have a better idea as to how I can run these Force Gems that isn't really such a long, drawn-out, boring episode, then, you know, I'll gladly take that into account. But for now, that's how I'm going to do this, because, you know, as opposed to just doing everything in chipmunk, which is just kind of ridiculous. Now, as you can see, we have a new passenger. It's the little boy who screwed us over, and now we're going to screw him over, because, actually, well, as you saw, he wants to fly. And who flies? Beetle flies. So you actually have to take him to Beetle. Yes, that's right, you actually have to kidnap this poor boy from his home. You saw his mom, he's like, don't listen to him, don't take my boy away from me. And Blink's just like, screw that, I want a Force Gem. So you take the little boy away from his home, and you bring him to some creepy man flying in a balloon who rips off his customers and makes them do crazy shenanigans in order to get, like, you know, little discounts. So, I don't know why being a bad salesperson equates to him being a bad person, but screw it, it's Beetle. Beetle's creepy. Beetle is just evil. So, we're going to take this boy to Beetle, so he can be tormented by Beetle for the rest of the game. He actually never makes it home, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he stays there for the rest of the game. We can actually go back to his mom and be like, "Where's my little boy? I don't know where my little boy is." And you just kidnapped a little boy, Link, in order to get a little sparkly gem on a little notch on your little side quest belt. You kidnapped a boy from his home. Congratulations, Link. You're a horrible person. So what? You've taken the mayor away from his responsibilities. You ripped off Zelda's teacher. You ripped off freaking Toadsworth wannabe. You know, because you know where Zelda is. He's out there looking for Zelda, and you're like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to take you to places and make you pay me for it. Even though I know you're not going to find her there. Way to be a huge dick and rip off, you know, old worried Toadsworth teachers. I mean, he's like Toadsworth. You gotta feel bad for the guy. He's all worried sick about the princess, you know? You know how it goes. And now you're kidnapping a little boy. So, moral of the story, Link is a bad person. That's just apparently how it goes. So, we are just going to kill some Scotellas, and Beetle actually happens to be right here. Actually, I'm gonna drink water. My voice is dying. Nice one. That was pretty great, Lucky. Yeah. Yes, little kid. I'm a great trade driver as I'm taking you to your doom. Actually, Beetle actually went forward too much, like that little backup, and there we go. Now, the cool thing, at least the good thing about going to Beetle is, I actually happen to notice something pretty cool. As you see there's a palace dish. I actually like this conversation right here. Hey, who's the funny over there? No, I'm not funny. Beetles is quite the ladies' man. I'm sure you're quite the ladies' man, Beetle. You and your ugly Waluigi nose clearly attracts all the chicks. I should have taken you to the woman in Pop-Up Pachuri Village. Then again, if you want someone, you know, handsome and manly, and you're just a little scrawny shopkeeper, so no one loves you. He's quite the ladies' man, Mr. Beetle. But as you can see, there's actually a palace dish here. That's actually the least common of the rare treasures, you know, at least in my version of the game. So I'm like, oh my god, I want this. And you know, you should be buying treasures from Beetle, like, you know, the rare treasures that you can't normally find in treasure chests really often. You should be buying those from Beetle anyway, because, you know, well, what else are you gonna buy? You're gonna buy potions? I mean, if you don't buy these treasures, you're basically stuck just grinding a shit ton of potions, which is, believe me, a crazy annoying process, so you don't really actually want to be doing that. So I will actually be trying to get, the 1,000 rubies to get that palace dish. You know, that takes out a good fifth of my, of the money I need to pay for Beetle, and then, you know, if you include the bomb bag, which was, the bomb bag was 500, 100, 200, something like that, you know, it's slowly making progress on the 5,000 rubies I need to get that heart container. I was gonna say heart piece. This isn't freaking Skyward Sword. There's no heart pieces. It's just heart containers. Sometimes you have to sort of switch your thinking, because, you know, it is different. You know, heart containers versus heart pieces. You know, it's a bit of a different way of thinking, I guess. Kind of, somewhat, maybe. I guess it's just all side-questy stuff to begin with. But as you can see, this little bit of track here actually pretty useful. It actually connects Hyrule Castletown to, you know, the whole west part of the forest realm. So, you know, pretty useful. I guess it was worth kidnapping a little boy. Link's a bad person. Moral of the story. In the next episode, guys, we will be doing more of these Force Gem stuff. Crazy shenanigans, LuckySevenDX signing out. See you guys next time.